Okay, come on in, Scorpio. I am thrilled. This is a thrilling reading because it is filled with all sorts of tough stuff that happened, but going into the highest level, positive cards flowing into being clear with your ideas. I mean, it's really exciting. I had so much fun doing this reading, so stay tuned. We're going to get right into it. Hey, Scorpio. I have been thinking about you all morning. You know, sometimes before I start these readings, I say, who wants to have their reading done? And, sorry, baby. Who wants to have their reading done? Who wants, and just Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. Like, I guess I'm late on doing Scorpio, because think about it. It's Scorpio season. You guys should be done first. Well, Scorpio, the Honorable Scorpio. I wonder how people have been handling Scorpio season. There's so much to be gained and learned. It's so deep, though. And this was such a deep one with all the eclipses and everything. Ooh-wee! And then all the Scorpio energy. Oh, man. If you could take it and you could really dive deep, there would be so much that would be revealed. I just hope that people really took advantage of that, because they weren't going anywhere. It was definitely a season of you need to look and pay attention and have the opportunity, like this is, to get through some of your, I don't know, things that plague you, vices, nagging you, things you can't quite seem to get over. I mean, there was so much opportunity there for people, and sometimes people just don't see the value in that. Well, usually with human nature, we don't quite have change without being pushed or pulled or tightened, like the eclipses do. Oh, by the way, there's a video. There's a link in the description of this video. That's a heavy hitter. Well, it's longer, so you might want to like put it on like a podcast and do some chores or something around the house. But it talks deeply about how or all the astrology in November and the Cazimi and what's going to be following us for about 2 years within the things that we're passionate about and what we're going to choose to fight for. Oh, wow, Scorpio, God, I love you. You know, when I see this stuff and I see it with you, I'm like, ooh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Because Scorpio can talk about this and understand it, not be afraid of it. So let me get these straightened here and I'll be right back to get into the deep dive of the reading. Okay, Scorpio, I am so excited about this. I am so excited about this, to be with you talking, because you can utilize this. This is very exciting. This might make other people linger, but not you. And looks like you're really getting through it successfully. What am I talking about? Let's dive in. All right, so right away, here's something so cool. These are so Scorpio energies, and I love them, love them, love them. Right in the middle here, it is all about completion. It is all about, now here's what's really cool. Now this one is really talking about that you do have the strength. You are fully upright with the strength, with all your male and female energy of being able to handle, this is the theme, all these different layers, okay? So one of the first things you have is this card, which is being able to, we want this card to be upside down, because this card talks about being able to be, it's a 5, so of course it's intense, right, with 5s. And this talks about how the cups that spilled over with emotion, okay, something that you're being sorrowful for, you're mourning the loss of something. But here's what's really great. And of course, there's these 2 cups of emotions and offerings behind you that once you're done with mourning the loss of this, you can turn around and see the offerings of what life is giving you. What's really great is when this card truly is genuinely, strongly turned upside down, which it is, it's saying that you have gotten through this process, right? And the completion of mourning the loss and are successfully turning around to be able to see the things ahead of you. Now here's another double whammy. I just love this, especially when talking to Scorpio. So what we've got is we've got the Devil card and we've got the Death card. Now here's what's so cool about this. Now the Death card has to do with things that have a natural ending. Unlike the Tower card, that's like boom and really aggressive, Death has a natural ending so that we can have a death and rebirth into something else, which is what you have right here. Okay, so now here's what's great. So you have a natural ending to something, and with the Devil card, it has to do, and here's what's really great. A lot of times when the Devil card is reversed, which it was, okay, when the Devil card is reversed, it has an awareness towards some of the things that were, let's see, obsessions, things that are taking your attention, things that have hold on you, that you're giving power to, okay? Because, you know, there's the Devil here, and it looks like he has these things, these people chained, but it's very loosely around their neck. So they're agreeing to be chained to this, you know, squared rectangular box of life, what we're doing here in the physical manifestation, right? So here's what's great about this. When you are in awareness of the things that are like overtaking you, having some like levels of addiction, obsession, relationships, or things that you just can't stop, things you can't stop thinking about that get your attention and you're giving your attention to, but it's really draining you. It's not propelling you to your highest level. Those are the things that once we come in awareness, we can have growth and healing and new choices. Like sometimes with growth within some people in like AA or addiction through substances, hey champion, you have to get rid of that stuff before you can see the clear day. If you're in the cloud of something that's kind of overtaken you and taken all of your attention, you can't truly see the good things in life, you know, turn around and see the things waiting for you until you can get off of some of that stuff. And it's your choice. Not that it's always easy, but that's constantly ongoing through life. And sometimes people say it's levels of what they call temptation, influences, etc. It could be mental, it can be physical, mental, emotional, it can be any of them. But it's those energetic. So here's what's really great. Within yours, it's saying something's come to the end, a natural progression of the end of something that had a hold of you or you gave attention to, you know, let it have a hold of you. That's fantastic. This is saying, and you have the strength to do it, which I know you do, Scorpio, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. A lot of other people can linger in this energy. You're not. It's saying that you're done with it. And not to say that you didn't have coming out of your past. It is definitely saying that you went through it. Like you had, you couldn't stop thinking about it. You had anxiety. This really had a hold on your mind. You could have felt slightly abandoned in some ways. Of course, you can't really be abandoned unless, you know, you feel abandoned in your mind. And, you know, the words, you know, swords are a lot that have to do with words and the mind. The mind, boy, does it, when we get overloaded with the mind, it just takes us over. It's saying, but it was in your past. So, I mean, you went through it. It's not saying you didn't go through it. You earned this. You earned it. And coming into the future, it's glorious, 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 glorious. You have the happiest card in the deck. My favorite card of the deck is the Sun card. The Sun card, the Sun card, the Sun card. Aren't we happy? Yes, we are happy. The Sun card is a rebirth. We have the new baby here with the red. See this little red feather that's high and above? Now, when you see the Death card always usually comes with the feather, and the feather is, now it's it's fallen, it's dying. And so what's really great with this is you have, you know, the Sun card, and you are absolutely coming back into rebirth with the knowledge and growth and like an extended like energy. Like this is coming up in like the next 2 weeks. And what's really great is what follows it, which is coupled with the card, is the card of Two Swords. I love the Two Swords because the Two Swords is all about making choices, you know, choices and decisions. When and what's really great is when it's really pretty much upside down, it's saying you've made the choice. You're coming out of this reflective, meditative state. You know what you want to do. You're peaceful within your mind. You see the peaceful waters and everything. So, I mean, you got this. You definitely got this. And it looks like my microphone's a little bit hot, but I'll just have to turn down the levels maybe in post or something, because maybe I'm a little overexcited right now with you, Scorpio. Yay! Okay, so you're coming into knowing what you want to do in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to make you rejuvenate, especially when you have your purpose and you got this and you're ready. And sorry, now I'm overthinking about how I'm blowing out the sound on this, because that's not a good feeling to listen to. So I'll make sure that I fix it in post and bring the levels down. Okay, so that's really, really good news. Like this is some of the best stuff that you can do. Like when you go deep into something, and Scorpio can do it like the Batman going into the Joker energy and coming out of it, and all the information, knowledge, and truth, and the detectives that you are and wanting to know the truth, and even if they're the hard truths, like you can do it, and you got what you needed. You got the information that you needed to make your decisions, and that's great, that's great, that's great. Okay, and oh, look at this, in the judgment area, oh, fantastic. You got a double judgment in your attitude. So the judgment card is, you know, it can be second chances, but it really can be absolutely the title of it, judgment. But decisions on judgment, and judgment doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to necessarily mean something gets a thumbs down. It's just, I've got enough knowledge. I've had a natural death. You can see these people in this card. They are coming out of their they've died, they've come out of their coffins, the angels calling them. It's you know, a lot of times it's calling you to your new destiny, your new life, your new you have all this. These people are rather happy. They're kind of like their souls are rejuvenated. Let's do this. So I mean, sometimes this card can be second chances and everything, but this is very internal for you. I mean, you know what to do. This is giving you some clarity. You've really gone through the death process of endings to come into rebirth, and really rebirth. Like you did it. It's like a burning off, a cleansing, and that's what the eclipses and everything were for too. Is the burning off of it. Talks about it in the video that I did. I'll put a link in below, which is crucial information on November astrology, and the burning off of energies and things that need to go, and what we do with that, which is really good stuff. If you can get into it, and it's saying that you are doing it. Oh, and of course, it's Scorpio season. Like you're shining. Like you're like, I got this. It's like you're doing like a triple flip, and then you're landing, and you're like, ta-da! So wonderful, wonderful. It is saying something at the bottom here. I don't totally know or understand what this is. Maybe you would. But there's a female that has lots of emotions, and she's kind of longing or lingering in the energies of why something that she was trying to start is either not working out the way she particularly wants it to, or she's got some emotional value to it, but it's going the way it needs to go. You know, sometimes in life things happen the way they're supposed to happen, and so, but there is a emotional female looking at something, a new idea of something that is trying to be manifested that just isn't quite, you know, it took a 90-degree angle turn, but maybe it was supposed to. And maybe you understand who that is, whether it be you or somebody else. But we got to be able to take those turns. You know, life hands us some stuff, and here we go. Okay, So moving forward, oh, interesting. It does say that there's going to be celebrations and there's going to be energy, people that support you, people that really do, it's like, Scorpio, you got this going on. They respect you. They appreciate, that's what I'm looking for. They appreciate your offering, your particular type of offering of what you offer. And you're like, yeah, I know it. You're still feeling a little like not totally satisfied with all the things you want, but you're still at the beginning level. You're like on fire, of ready to really. You're clear now, and so you've got that burning desire to get the things that will make you feel emotionally good and fulfilled and satisfied. So, but all good energy with your friends that support you and love you is great. It does look again like you got another pentacle going on here. You have new beginnings and new actions. You've got two aces overlaying, and that makes sense. If you are going right into these new beginnings, you have hopes. There's hopes and fears, but there's hopes. Let's go on the hope side. That these new projects and actions that you want to take, of things you want to manifest, are going to come to fruition. And let's just make sure that we stay on the hope side, because you got this. You got a lot of energy behind you right now. Okay, coming into the future, it is saying that you are clear on what you want. Yeah, I mean, you've got three aces, all new beginnings here. So, I mean, you are coming into rebirth energy. This is fantastic. You know your direction. You know your direction. You've got the thumbs up, new projects. Let's go. Let's land this. There is someone in the future that's a King of Pentacles. I don't know whether it's you or somebody that you're working for that is really looking over and a little hesitant on starting a new project, but is needing more information, which they are getting. So either you or the person's having their ear whispered in of information that needs to happen. Just be careful, because there is a little bit of information of a little gossipy factor behind it, but you can decipher between the stuff that is useful and not useful. Okay? There's still information in there to be had of how you're going to move forward with your projects. Within that information, you'll be able to decipher it. And it looks like the new energy of coming into the future of you're going to take it on. When now, in the past, when there was anxiety and feeling bound, now when there's any energies of people trying to bound you or abandon you or come up against you, you've got the fight in you. And that's also like so here's what's really nice. You're more clear than others on the things that you're willing to fight for now. Sometimes we have what's called a Cazimi, and look for it in the long video that I just at the very end that it talks about it. But it's going to take our energies for about 2 years in whatever you're focusing on, whether somebody grabs your focus of things to fight for, or you decide for yourself of the things in your life that you want to focus on. It's going to be your decision, which it always is. But within that energy, it's going to take on for like 2 years. And you saw what happened with like COVID and like the kind of the fighting and the different agreements and everything. Did we learn from that? How do we approach it now? And you're going to take all that energy from the last Cazimi with the sun that joins in, is conjuncted. Well, it overlays, it comes together. The sun and Mars come together, which creates this energy, and it lasts. It does, it goes through a whole process, coming all full circle for about 2 years. So it is enlightening, putting enlightened energy on the things that you feel passionate, empowered to fight for. So it's really important that you focus on what that is going to be, your intentions on why you're doing it. You know that old saying, give me the why and I'll give you the how. Yeah, it's all about that. Really good stuff. So this reading is fantastic. Let me just take a moment. I'll come right back with the wrap up. Just a quick reminder to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. This will give you a feel for which energetic you're possibly experiencing right now. And if you would like a detailed personal reading, you can book a reading at ctgtarot.com. And thank you for subscribing and clicking the like button. The kitties and I are very grateful. Okay, Scorpio, let's see if we can condense this. There was so much to talk about, but I think we pretty much got through it. So let me see how I can condense this wrap up. We have got energy that you were anxiety ridden about in the past. It really took a toll on you, but you completely came through it because you have the strength, and you are now able to mourn the things that were lost. Look at how certain things were taking your energies and controlling you, the natural progression of the ending of it, right? And being able to come up and look at the things and be coming into the future of catapulting yourself into very elevated energy, knowing the decisions that you want to make about it, being supported about with your friends, and you're a little smug. That's okay. But even though you're missing out on some of the passions that you still want, but that's okay because you're in the beginning with all these aces of these new decisions and new stuff that you want to do. So you have this passion behind you of deciding, how you want to go about it. And that's why we have that little missing something so that we can go after it. And it's all really good news because you just went through the major judgment maybe of yourself and other people, but you had a calling, came forward, and you got the information that you needed to be reborn into your phoenix. You so went through the phoenix phase. And jumping into your new future, you've got information coming to you. You're waiting on more information, or you're getting new information so that you can figure out how you want to manifest things in your empire, the things that you're working in. Be careful because there's a little bit of gossipy sort of stuff, someone like whispering in somebody's ear, but you'll be able to decipher the information that you can really take from it. Something in the past with an emotional female that wasn't quite, didn't like the way the new beginning of something took a different direction, but that's okay. We're gonna flow with that. So whether that's you or somebody that we'll get through it. They'll get through the emotional value if there's any lingering on that, because you are propelling yourself forward. And also you are very focused into the direction you want to go in. Have a thumbs up and clear in your mind of the new things that you want to take on. And you are going to be able to be the higher ground in, if people come up or say, we want it this way, do it, like you're going to be really solid, really strong in your energies of focus, direction of what you want to fight for and drive for and put your passions into, no matter if you feel bound or anything. It's almost like a martial arts move where we had these things once in martial arts where you had to have yourself blindfolded and bound, and then someone would come up and grab your arm and you would be calm and you're like, that's okay, I got this. And then you would take them slowly, because we didn't want anybody to get hurt, but we would take them slowly into the move that you would do, even though they had their eyes, they had all of their, it was great. And it gave you so much power to see that no matter where you're at, if you're calm and you have the skills, it doesn't matter what comes at you. You can take it on, and it can be actually rather a dance and enjoyable. So this is all really great, Scorpio. Great energy. I'm glad you're being propelled. I'm glad you are one of the people that can handle this sort of energy and be like, I got this. It's in your season. Now we're coming into Sagittarius, which comes into a whole bunch of hope and a lot of fun. It looks like you're going to have fun with it. And people are going to enjoy your little tickled fun. I see you laughing. It's smiling. It's a giggle. It's a chuckle. It's interesting. But it's going to all be good. And it was a pleasure doing the reading for you. And we will talk soon. All right. Mush mush.